Well, we had an interview with Jo, I put that out already, about plastic and in the oceans, and we'll come back to that in a moment. But I say we're on Paul Costain's farm here, South Brule, middle of winter. Paul, we've got some nice sheep in the background and some behind us that are behaving themselves. But the story here now, and let me get this right, it's about fibres, sheep's fibres and the consequences or whatever. So over to you first.
So there's more than one problem with plastics in the ocean. It's not just the big pieces. Some come from the land, already tiny, tiny pieces, microplastics.
Don't they break down then?
Plastic never breaks down. Plastic
even
breaks
the small
up.
Ones, right.
Yes, even the small ones. They will break into smaller pieces. Microfibres are coming from our washing machines. So any time that you're using a washing machine and you've got a fleece or something like that in, if it's a nylon or a non-natural fabric, it will turn into tiny microfibres, will be shed every time it's washed. They go straight down into the drains and out into the sewage system. Now what's happening is some of them are trapped in the sewage sludge. That's then put back onto the land. The worms are eating it, the grubs are eating it, so it's getting into the food chain at that level. And plastic has all sorts of chemicals associated with it.
The fashion industry has a tendency to use more plastic clothing. We want to get back to a fair price for our product. So wool is a natural fibre, it's sustainable, it'll break down. Sheep are biogenetic, they're eating grass that is absorbing carbon. They're also, the wool is carbon and protein, so it breaks down quite easily over a period of time. But what we're worried about, or what I'm worried about, is the amount of detergents that people are using to wash this product, to wash plastic. And here we have a product that is environmentally friendly. It's good for your body. It allows you to breathe. It keeps you warm in the winter. Keeps you cool in the summer.
That's the plug for the Wool Council. But seriously, I thought we'd gone past people wearing nylons and funny old material. I thought wool was way back in fashion now and much better.
Well, yes, wool should be back in fashion because natural fibres are fine if they get into the ocean or if they get into the soil. But anything like fleece is usually made from plastic bottles. So those tiny fibres are getting out into the food chain, and that's the problem. That isn't a problem.
And that's actually ending up in human beings.
Yeah.
So we're finding a lot of plastics actually in human beings now.
So what's going to be the answer here? More sheep?
Well, sheep are man has used wool since the Bronze Age. We've got a Bronze Age fort at South Brule, the top of South Brule. So 4,000 years now, probably sheep have managed this ground. They've looked after the environment. They're continuing to look after the environment. And people are not realizing that, nature works, farming is working with nature, and these animals are doing a fantastic job. We've got all around this area ASSI, special area of special scientific interest, and the sheep are managing these areas better than any humans could. And they're producing a protein. Meat is a fantastic protein. We couldn't grow salads up here. It's what suits the countryside, and this is what suits the countryside.
So you're supporting this, obviously.
Absolutely, anything for natural fibres.
Mm-hmm. And Paul, where are we going to take this? So you want to double your quota? I mean,
the cost of actually shearing doesn't. The wool we get from shearing doesn't cover the cost of shearing them. So it's only an environment. It's only an animal welfare issue that we're having to shear them. But yes.
And what's Manx wool like on your sheep particularly? I mean, is it?
Well, it's hardy. They're Scottish blackface. They're used to this hardier sort of damper, colder weather. They're naturally bred for sustainable farming.
Okay, your website, I guess, have more information.
plasticoceans.uk.